Good afternoon, folks. How you doing? Happy Friday to you, and hopefully you had a good week. If not, it is officially the weekend, or about to be, and hopefully, go and relax. But thank you for stopping by and checking out the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we're going to continue focusing on Redwood. So let's see, where did we leave off last time? Last time we were, let me just click on this. But last time we were looking at the Redwood version 4 release stuff. Doing a deep dive, learning more about it, and because one of the things that's changing in there, along with added security, is the auth provider. And the week prior to that, we were looking at potentially implementing OAuth, an OAuth provider for doing Twitch login. And so since the auth provider is completely changed and now it's external to Redwood, it's no longer like tightly coupled in there. The workflow has changed. So today I thought we'd take an opportunity to, again, look at the auth provider and actually do some updates to Zeal's existing Redwood template and see what it would take to upgrade to the new version 4 release candidate. So that is the objective for today. But before that, what I want to do is post something somewhere. All right, let's see. Let's open up this screen, and we'll just do this view right here. Great. What I want to do next is let's get some background music going. Great. All right, and yeah, so Zeal has a Redwood template app that is built with all the fixins on there to get you started. No better way to learn about the upgrade process to version 4 than to take our existing app and go through the motions to figure out what it would take to update it. And maybe we'll take some notes and stuff, or commit a pull request to update our template app. So I went ahead and cloned it and opened it up in VS Code. I ran all the necessary commands to get this up and running for our yarn install all the dependencies and get all that running, which I have run up and running in another terminal window over here. So the next step is let's figure out how to do the upgrades. So let's hop on over to Redwood and find out what we need to do. So it's probably not in the docs directly. It's probably going to be, let's see. So I guess Canary. Yeah, maybe. Let's try checking Canary. And let's see. Let's see if there's anything here. If not, we will check the forums where they do the official announcement. Let's go over there. So let's go to not join the community. Well, I guess technically yes. All right, so here's the announcement we had read about version 4 being upgraded. How to upgrade, here we go. All right, so this only affects Redwood auth. So we removed a bunch of providers, API changes. Okay, so it looks like the rest of the changes are architectural that we don't move into function. As an example, okay. So first, make sure your get index is clean. This generated an SVG for our ERD, which we don't really need right now, so we can just reset that. All right, so let's see. All right, let's go through the motions. Let me go ahead and cancel this over here, and we will do the command line terminal stuff over here. Oops. The chill music is nice. Yeah, it came with StreamYard has it as their default music stuff, so it's a nice little chill music to put in the background, which is good, which is great. Easy. You can upload your own music too. So if you have your own licensed music, you can upload it, and it just auto loops it. But since they have their music, I just assume that it's copyright safe. So it's better to err on the side of caution, right? Okay, so we're gonna go through the motions, and we're gonna do the first thing, which is just upgrade Redwood. To make sure this process is less manual, we recommend rerunning the original setup command you used to set up auth. Okay, interesting. So I want to make sure that when we were talking about the authentication flow, so authentication flows using the standard provider. Email account verification, account creation by administrator, multi-tenancy. Okay, so this is the stuff we'll have to vet whether this stuff is going to conflict with anything. So we'll find out. What I think I want to do is we'll just try running this. We'll try doing the automatic running the command and see what happens, and we'll see what the changes look like. So let's see if this is destructive to what we currently have. So we're not going to be doing it against auth0. We are going to be doing it against DB auth provider, which is the one that, which is just email password sign up. The DB auth. All right, so this is, I guess it's going to take a little bit. I bet it's like, I wonder if it's like running yarn install or something like that, which is taking a little bit. While we wait, I am going to do a couple things here, custodial things, because I did some good work. I feel like I did some good work today. A little bit of yesterday, a little bit of today, speeding up some stuff for our client's application. So I want fresh eyes. Before I caused. For each Motions. Okay. All right, just leaving that for my team to look at. All right, so okay, I see. So we know what's in progress right here with this little doohickey thingy. So right now it's deduping dependencies. So it's not down here yet. It's showing you what's going to happen, which is actually really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. That's really, you know exactly what steps are ahead of you instead of like the typical CLI tool where it's just like, I'm doing this. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to do that. Oh, and then I'm going to do this too. So I like that. That's really cool. All right. One more thing. Your project has been updated to Redwood release candidate 623. Whoa, 623. So many numbers. Okay, anyway. All right, so it updated. Let's be a little nosy and let's take a look at what changed. All right. So Redwood core changed, nothing else. Let's see. So that's the main package JSON. Inside of API, it's upgraded all of the API packet, all the dependency packages for the API side, API server. Yep. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. And then it upgraded the dependency packages for on the website. Okay. So that seems good. Just to see what happens, let's run yarn dev and see if it can pass. And like, since the auth stuff has been removed, it makes me curious to know whether it's just not going to work right away, because we need to do the next step of converting away from using the built-in providers and using external stuff. So nothing wrong. Nothing exploded yet. Let's see. I always forget what's the part that we're running Redwood on. It is 8911. It's like Rails is 3000, Elixir is 4000, Node.js is 8080, like, or React app is 8080. Redwood discard. Oh, nice. Okay, so look, yeah, so this is what I was expecting. GraphQL auth stuff is different now, so we are getting errors, and that's because we need to see about upgrading this now. Okay, so let's go through the motions and see about what happens if we do the upgrade this way. So okay, so we are doing dbauth, I believe is the correct command. Let's double check. Let's see, references, let's authentication, self-hosted, yarn, yeah, dbauth. So setup auth dbauth, just making sure. So yarn Redwood setup, yeah. All right, so let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Wait. Setup auth dbauth. Setup auth dbauth. Okay. Enable web auth and support. Face ID, Touch ID. Sure. That'd be kind of cool. Why not? Overwrite existing API source function auth.ts. Let's take a look at that file. Because I haven't had it. Okay. Okay. I'm like trying to like do command click, but I think because like this is dynamically rendering, like it's not letting me. Okay. Alrighty. Because I know we have done our own flavoring, or we've extended the dbauth stuff, so it makes me curious if changing this. So I think we're gonna come across some. So the email verification flow, all this stuff is going to most likely conflict and change. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I am going to allow it to override, and then we'll look at the diffs and then put our changes back in. I think that might be easier. But this is why we're going through the whole song and dance, to figure out what's the best way to go through and do these upgrades. We must trailblaze. We must be the pioneers. For we set the path and let the other devs know what how treacherous the road may be. The path untread, or was it? How treacherous the path untaken is. All right, so we can already see. Oh, what's going on here? All right, so let's read this. You will need to add a couple of fields to your user table in order to store hashed password salt, reset token, connect to, keep track of. So password salt. So okay, to store password salt, reset token, and to connect it to keep track of any devices used. Oh, okay. Let's try regenerating this, but let's not do the web auth end, because that's just we're adding more to this. So let's not do that. So we're just going with what's already built in right now. I don't want to add extra complexity to the transition. All right. So done. You'll need to add a couple fields to your user table in order to store the hash passwords. All right, so let's start with. All right, well, let me read this all the way through so I know what's being suggested with the new flow and how that matches up to what we currently have. So if you already have existing user records, you will need to provide a default value hashed password or salt or pleasant complaints. So I think these are all just the standard notes when generating dbauth. You need to let Redwood know what fields you're using for your users, ID, username, ID, email, update that. So we also have a place to tell Redwood if it uses a different name. Okay. To get the actual user that logged in, take a look at get current user in the libauth.js. We default it to something simple, but maybe different names. Finally, we created a session secret. And then if you need simple login, sign up and forget password pages. Okay. I won't need that. Okay, so let's see what changed. Let me close that first. Let me close that, and then we'll start from, I don't think anything in the, okay, so the packet, there's definitely the package change. Now we have a new package in here for pointing to DB auth, an external package to Redwood, because before DB auth was in RedwoodJS core, now it's external. Okay. And then there you go. Simple. I think we removed simple auth n as a dependency, so let's get rid of that. And let's start with this. Okay. So I think one of the changes that is in our template is that we're using UUIDs. So I think we're going to need to keep this. So let's see. And then the email sender and stuff like that. So let's undo that change. Let's undo this change. This is using the new DB auth handler that's in the external library. Forget password, email, verify for. Okay, let's bring these back. So event, and then we're doing TypeScript here. So and then this is complaining because it can't find the type. Which is interesting. Let's open it. So make sure to run another yarn install just in case. And while that's going, let's keep on going down the line. So we did that. So forgot password options. What is going on here? Handle is invoked after so. Handler is invoked after verifying the user has been found out and given the username. DB auth handler options. Okay. I'll have to look at that. We'll have to test that. So we'll have to test, let's add some to-dos. And see how that goes. Email. Let's keep on going. So login options. This is just TypeScript stuff here. And then handler. So handler is called after finding the user matches the user provider. But before actually considering the logged in, the user argument will be the user in the database match. If you want to allow the user to log in, simply return user. If you want to prevent someone from logging in to for another reason, maybe you didn't validate. Yeah, so we want to keep all these changes. So this is our custom email verification validation stuff. And then yeah, this is our email handler. So okay, well, I'll have to double check that later. Let's add another to do here. Test. The test account not verified. Okay. So password reset. So let's see here. So that's just typings, and then the handler user. So what we're doing is if they're not active, we just don't reset it. So we convert to that. Let's see, hold on. Same interface, just underscored user. Okay. The handler, the fact that this is complaining to us is weird, but okay, let's just move on. More TypeScript stuff. Alrighty, so this is sign up options. So we are customizing the sign up options here. And we were making this async because, let's see, we're waiting for the account. We're waiting to create the account. So we're waiting account creation, and then after account creation, we send the email for the verification. So that's what's going on here. Include any format checks for password here. Return true if the password is valid. Okay, so now there's a password. I guess we don't do any password validation stuff, but we'll keep this because this is a whole separate thing. We'll have to be careful with this. So I'm gonna copy this. So username, hash, password, salt, user attributes. So let's revert this change here. Revert that change. And then this needs to go, because now we're awaiting for the user creation, and then afterwards we send the email. So let me make sure to copy this. And then there is a password validation callback also. Format checks password, you have to import there along with that. Okay. Great. So we do that, we send the email, return the user. So this is the actual auth handler. And then so set the attribute the cookie, their DB offset. So I don't know what's mobeta, because this one is just doing event and passing the headers through. So what I'm going to do is copy the line, but instead of doing that, what I want to do is have the old version here as a note, just in case. So we'll keep the new one, but we'll keep the old one. We'll have the new one, we'll keep the old one and comment it out just in case we need to go back. Okay, so we have a create cookie. Okay, all right, here we go. Now we're down here. So create cookie, true, strict is localhost. Okay, so we can, all right, then that means that we can just make these changes because this was extracted out into the create cookie function. Okay. Okay, and we can bring this back. All right, so the auth TS is pretty much the same. Some typings stuff here, and I guess the only thing is this password validation thing. Let's see. So what we should do is say to do test. I know it's kind of self-explanatory, but I mean, testing the other ones, we're technically testing password or account creation, but we should just triple check. Okay, on to the next file. All right, so we do db auth decoder, and now we're passing the auth decoder in here. Okay, that seems straightforward. Next. Okay. Next. Yeah, let's close that one. So decoded. All right. All right, so let's take a look at this. So get current user. All right, so a little bit of TypeScript foo here. Session. Get user. Invalid session. So this is good. This is like an added all right, there's a little bit of surgery that we have to do here though. It looks like. So we can keep this line here. So instead of returning, we want to do const user equals await here. If I can spell const right. Okay. And then also what needs to be done here is, let's see, so select. So we're selecting users based off certain criteria, or we're getting the user, we're selecting the specific columns of the user, and then select role memberships. So want to revert this change. And then we have this. So we're grabbing, so because there's a whole whole design model behind this where users have roles and stuff like that. It's not just simple, just a single table with just users. There's more fine-grained relationships for like, using this template as, for overall application management, user management, access management. However you want to phrase it, but membership roles. Okay, so I forget membership roles, or membership roles, get the roles, and then return back a whole data object with like the user, their information, and the roles. So we want to bring this in. Great. So this goes into our version, our customized, our extension of the base RedwoodJS stuff. So let's see. So that's good. So let's see. So this is new. Current user roles. Allowed roles. Interesting. So this is checking if a role is just a string. This is checking if roles are an array. So is array. So if the current user roles is a string, then we have to go and find it within the roles array. So, okay, we'll keep that in here. Use auth and service check if the user is logged in, whether or not they were assigned a role. So roles, allowed roles. Okay. So before this was like super strict, but this checks if it has roles. All right, we'll keep this change too. Okay. Next. All right, so auth provider. So that's changed because now, it's not in core. Okay, so auth provider, that type db auth. But now you don't have to specify db auth because like we're explicitly importing in the auth provider that implements db auth. And then callback stuff. Okay. And then this actually generates that db auth provider. Okay. And okay. Use auth. Let's see. I'll let ESLint do its thing real quick. Okay. I mean, the changes don't seem that scary. Let's read up some more about this. So let's look at the web and API changes one at a time. So these are all the changes we would have had to do manually. They're just calling out everything that's occurring. And last stream, we went over this stuff in detail. Okay. Let's see. I think we still do have some linting issues though. So let's take a look at those. Not editor config. Yes, let's. That's not saying. Typically, sometimes the problems would show here, but I think it was here that there was an issue. Here we go. Yeah. So API proxy event. So where is that type coming from? Oh, great. My extension host. Okay. My VS Code is just running slowly. It's probably just getting hot from streaming. Okay, so let's see. Let's figure out if it could auto figure out where to get the import from. Oh my goodness. Everything's just running so slowly all of a sudden. Okay, let's hide that screen. I'm not sure if that's like causing issues or not or what. Proxy. Do that. It wouldn't be the end of the world to remove these. I'm not sure if that's the correct types. So this is just a new line, right? Yeah. Okay. Any other, okay, this handler. That's interesting. Let's see. So let's look at typing. So reset password. Here we go. So the handler can't take a user and returns. Okay, so the handler has to return a Boolean or a promise to a Boolean. So that's the difference. Handler is invoked after password has been successfully updated. Database returning anything truth, they will automatically log the user in. Return false otherwise. So this would actually have to be, so anything truthy, this is being a little specific because it's like you got to return a Boolean or a Boolean like thing. So if we were to do this, it would be happy. Yeah, okay. Okay, linting issues out of the way. Or not linting, issue type issues out of the way. And I think most of our issues were in there. Okay. Yarn dev. Alrighty, so we need to test. We got 10 minutes to test, manually test stuff. I guess we can do, let's check our end-to-end tests actually. Let's check if our current tests, I forget at what level of detail our tests are doing. But let us try doing, before we actually run, well actually let's check if the app actually loads, and then we will run tests. Okay. Reload. Error function. Import module. So we have some sort of compatibility error in the navigation. So what line is this? Okay, navigation TSX, okay. Navigation TSX. Ah, yes. All references to the old auth provider has now changed. So let's do a search for all references of this. That's fine, that's fine. Package JSON. We have to do it literally. Yep, there we go. All of those need to switch to source auth. Literally. Okay. Place all. And we're probably gonna get a bunch of linting warnings because like the ordering of the stuff. Ooh, all right. That worked. Now I need to remember how to log in. Let's find out. Let's check our seed data. Oh, it's taking a while to load. And I was grooving out too. Let's see. DB. Where is our seed data again? There we go. All right, so we have our admin, example admin with the secure password of password. So what is it again? Admin at example.com with the password of password. Oh, okay. We already got some, we got some breakage right there. Invalid session, interesting. So that line we kept in, let me, since I see this, I'm just gonna fix this. That line we kept in for the login process where we check for the session, I think is what is kicking us out. Because you can see right here, exception current user invalid. So exception current user invalid session. So I think it's, was it here or was it in the other file? Let's see. Let's look at the diffs. So it's not in this one, not in that one. There, here we go. This is it. Okay, so I glossed over it. It was at the top. I thought it was further down. Okay, so this is okay, so it's not, so I think it's because of this right here. I bet. Because our session, so let's see. Comment that out. And let's try reloading again. So log in. So admin at example.com. Password. Yeah, that was it right there. So I think it's because the session is, the ID isn't of type number anymore. It is, I believe it's a string now, because it's a UID, I believe. So if we look at the, actually, let's take a look at let's look at our ERD, actually. So it is a string. So I think if we change this to string, and let us try that again. So admin at example.com. There we go. See? Easy. Thank you, ERD. Yeah, so that was the issue. Okay. Cool. Alrighty, let's try running. So that worked. Let's try running tests, and we're almost out of time, but it was really good to test that out. Archibald Hammer, hey, how's it going? And thank you very much for that follow over on the Twitch side, New Duck. All right, so this is going to be testing all our authentication flows. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works. Yarn tests work, and that's testing the various pages like login page and stuff like that. Got a link to RedwoodJS. So did you have any issues? No, actually, we didn't have any issues. Everything went really fine. Thank you very much, Jason, for the link. So that is the link if anyone's curious on the stream. RedwoodJS. Pretty straightforward, redwoodjs.com. But yeah, everything went really smoothly. So where I am doing all my development work is in this Redwood, is in the our Zeal template app that comes with additional features built on top of existing Redwood. A more sophisticated user model, an admin page, test setup for you. So like what Redwood already has set up, we've extended that and added much more to hopefully, have like an for your enterprise ready application, right? Let's test our end-to-end portion before we close out for today. But yeah, everything went smoothly. The only thing I think we itemized and looked at every single. So let's do this. Whoop. So yeah, so we went through and we itemized every single. So I did exactly as the Redwood instructions said. Ran the upgrade thing, went fine, and then ran the script to regenerate the DB auth, and that went. And let's switch this over to this now. So that's the link to the Redwood template. Thank you very much, Station 1416 over on the Twitch side. Yeah, the PR for that coming soon. Gotcha. But yeah, so it went really, it went really smoothly. So just ran the DB auth, the regenerator, and then basically what I did is I just went through the diffs to make sure, because since we have custom stuff inside the callback handlers for account creation, verification, emailers, and stuff like that, I just looked at the diffs. And basically I just had to put the code in there. The only thing that there was an issue was that the generator had added in types for the event and context, but there was no imports for those types. So I just removed those. So it added the type for the event object and the type for the context, but they weren't being imported anywhere, or at least the app wasn't finding them. So I had to remove those in the meantime, just to get past that issue of not finding the type. I said I think that's the only thing that was a major issue. Oh, all right. Run yarn redwood build. Yeah, everything else went smoothly. I think the only other thing that we came across as an error on is the new session check on our app. Instead of using for the user ID is not a numeric value, it is a UUID, so it's a string. So I had to change this because it was not providing the user data because it thought it was an invalid session. So yeah, we'll see if the intent tests work with Playwright, and then we'll take it from, and then we'll pretty much close out the stream from there. And and then what I'll be doing off stream is I'm going to create a work in progress PR into our Zeal Redwood template app to begin the process of introducing 4.0. And then once 4.0 is officially released, I'll just upgrade it to the latest version of 4.0 and we should be good, right? And with all the upgrades already done. Might need to run end-to-end test init. Yeah, use a init flag. End-to-end test, no, first run, end-to-end init. Yeah, so we'll try running that. Let's try doing that right now. So, whoops. Okay. Oh, my terminal is just running slowly. Yeah, this went really, really smoothly. I mean, last, ooh, what's going on? Right. Ooh, okay. Oh, interesting. Looks like it might be a container, Docker container issue. So we're resetting the database, no stopped containers, and then it fails. So it's on the script. Okay. Yeah, so, okay. There's some volume issues or some, yeah, needs tweak. Yeah. Okay. All good. This is all part of the learning process, right? Cool. But everything seems to be working. The standard yarn tests work. The end-to-end tests need some tweak on, but it sounds like we got some stuff in there. We're doing some DB juggling. Yeah. It all seems good. So yeah, so thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you very much for the follows. Another clean day with Redwood. So the next step is, now that we actually have, so I'm gonna commit this, make a PR on this, and then what we're gonna be doing the next stream is, yeah, much smoother. And so the next thing I'm going to try to do is figure out how to create my own OAuth provider with the new DB auth flow. So we're going to start researching that on the next stream, looking at the examples that are in the Redwood documentation and figuring out how we can make an OAuth flow, DB auth flow to log in with Twitch. So that will be an interesting endeavor. So yeah, so thanks everyone for hanging out. What if there is something that can be done to avoid having to edit auth TS every time they change theirs? I think at this point, auth TS is now somewhat external. So now you're interfacing not with Redwood core. Now you are interfacing with the callbacks for auth DB auth API. So now this library is the one you're using. So now it has something to do with Redwood core. Now all your handlers and all this callback stuff have specifically to do with this library or whatever other library that that's going to be your auth provider. So I think the other example that they had was it Auth0? Using Auth0. So that's where things change. And I think you can't really escape that too much because, you are integrating with an authentication library, which is pretty typical because with like OAuth provider libraries. Sometimes you have to update auth provider libraries because they added new additional user scoping or user data on the user object that you have to pass through. So, but it leads to an interesting way of figuring out how to do that. I know with some of the CLI tools, like for the generators, I think Rails does a good job of this. Is like when you're because I was actually researching upgrading our client project from Rails 6 to Rails 7. When you do the script to do the generator to upgrade to Rails 7, one of the options is like you can say yes, overwrite, say no, or you can look at a diff, right? To look at everything that's different. So that could help with that is being able to look at a diff instead of letting it be destructive, right? But it's the same challenge that we have with Rails and other type of framework libraries where you have to do updates to the next major version, especially with this since we're going from 3 to 4. But yeah, great conversations, great chats. Thanks everyone for the help. Greatly appreciate it. I will catch you on the next stream next Friday. So hope to catch you next time, starting at 11 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend and everyone stay happy, stay healthy, and yeah, go do something fun. All right, folks. Peace.